All right guys, today we're going to be going over the new shelter from Seekoutside for 2024. This is the 3-person Twilight. I've got this shelter here. This is the stakes, the canopy, paracord, and both carbon fiber poles that you can include in your purchase if you choose to. I just weighed both of these items, and together, including both poles, the canopy, the stakes, the paracord, and the stuff sack, we come in at 4 pounds, 7 ounces. So for a 3-person shelter, you can break this up between a couple guys and be carrying very minimal weight. It also includes a stove jack, so you can run this with a stove, and I would say it's probably got plenty of room for 2 people at that point, including your gear inside the shelter. I'm gonna set this thing up, throw a couple sleeping bags in it and some gear to see how much space we have, and take you guys through it. All right guys, I'm gonna take you through everything real quick one more time. So this is the small carbon fiber pole that you can purchase with the shelter. This is gonna go towards the front, towards the door of the shelter. This is the larger diameter carbon fiber pole. This is gonna go towards the back of the shelter. Included in the stuff sack, you're going to get, obviously, the main canopy of the shelter, instructions, some paracord, and then you're also gonna get some seam sealer. It's a nice sunny day, so I'm gonna set this up in my front yard, obviously, and seam seal it while it's nice out. You can have them seam seal this for you. It's an option when you check out on their website. And then you're also gonna get all the stakes you need. You're gonna get some bigger stakes, twist stakes for the main body of the shelter. And then you're gonna get some smaller stakes that you'll use for like the front door and some of the guy out points if you want. So I'll get this thing set up and show you how it looks. One thing nice about this shelter you'll notice is you're just gonna start out with a basic square when you stake this thing out. And the first 4 corners you're gonna wanna stake out have these nice orange delineation on them, so you know which ones to start with, which is obviously helpful. You're gonna use your bigger twist stakes for these 4 corners to get going, okay? And then we're gonna put the canopy up, the back side of the shelter. All right guys, as you can see, I got all 4 corners staked out. Now we're going to toss in the back pole, the larger diameter pole, and then the skinnier pole that goes towards the front door. And I'm gonna start out kind of in the middle on both of these guys for adjustment, and we'll adjust as needed. So let's pop these in real quick. All right guys, as you can see, now we have both center poles in. So the next step is to stake out the front door. So we're gonna pull the paracord snug and straight with our canopy. And I'm gonna use a larger twist lock stake for this portion of the shelter, just to ensure that the door stake doesn't pull out in any high wind. So you can see this thing's taking shape. Now I'm just gonna walk around the shelter and finish staking out the bottom of the shelter, and then open up the door and give you guys a look inside. Both sides have these clips to keep the door up, which is nice in the middle of the day if you wanted to glass out of this thing or just taking a nap or whatever. Keeps everything nice and tight, so you could sit up front here and glass off a ridge or whatever to stay out of the weather. Pretty sweet feature. Gets rid of the zipper. You won't have any, obviously, any zipper issues in the field. Any sand or grit or anything gets in there, these just pop right back out. Nice and simple, and then boom, this thing just slides right down the cordage and locks back in. So there you have it. All right guys, kind of hard to show you everything on a camera, but you can see I have 2 sleeping bags in there. and two 6,000 cubic inch backpacks. The front of the shelter is, the door is wide open, and there's still plenty of room. So you could definitely sleep 3 in here with no stove. 2 with a stove would be absolutely no problem at all. So as advertised, very spacious 3-person tent. All right guys, here's a quick look with 3 sleeping bags in here. So I got a Stone Glacier 0 degree, and then a 15 degree bag, and a quilt here to my left. The 2 backpacks still in the front, and then the entire door area is just a big triangle of open space. So all your gear could go up there as well, or at your feet. It can definitely sleep 3 guys, no problem. Plenty of space. All right guys, just for another reference, so I'm 6'2", 205 pounds. You can see laying down, I've got plenty of room, and for sitting up, lots of room above my head to change and just be comfortable. So the stove jack's located here in the back, so it'd be right in this area. You could easily sit towards the front and stretch your legs out, dry your boots out. There's plenty of real estate in here to put all your gear on the sides of your sleeping bags, and then a 3rd person could sleep in the front. I honestly think you could probably get away with 3 guys and a stove in this thing, to be honest with you. This thing is really spacious, so great option if you're looking for a new shelter. I'm gonna take this thing out this spring and this fall for sure. I got Idaho spring bear coming up, Oregon spring bear, fall bear here in Washington, and elk, deer, a bunch of other tags. So this thing's gonna take a beating this fall and spring, and I will report back in the wintertime and let you know how this thing withheld the weather. And yeah, hope you enjoy. If you do, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And make sure you use code M2C at checkout at Seekoutside's website, and you'll save 10% on Seekoutside products. Thanks guys. Catch you on the next one.